Live from Wisconsin, it's Play That Rock and Roll.
This is not a test. This is Play That Rock and Roll live. Yes, Live Baby Live. We are coming at you live on a rainy Thursday night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I am proud to say that we have a great stream planned for everybody tonight. We are going to have not one, but two special guests tonight. One is a returning guest to the show, Jesse Jackson, who hosts the podcast, the long-running podcast, Set Lusting Bruce, a Bruce Springsteen Fan Podcast. And we're going to be talking about Bruce Springsteen's 2026 Land of Hope and Dreams tour. Then we're going to have another special guest on who is also going to talk about a Springsteen show they saw. So tonight, we are going to be doing dispatches from the 2026 Land of Hope and Dreams tour. With yourself and our special guest who's going to join us, I think, in about 15, 20 minutes or so. So let's start with this. You saw Bruce twice this year or more than twice?
Only once.
Only once?
Yeah. So
what show?
So I went to Austin. I was behind the stage in Austin. And
okay.
Just so you know, that's actually a pretty good vantage with Bruce. Had
you done that before?
I have.
Okay.
And so the band routinely comes and plays to the back. And so they will face you and talk and they'll sing to you. And you're seeing what they're seeing. And that's a pretty cool image.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
yeah.
There's some positives there.
Yes, it is.
The first time I went on your podcast, we talked about ticket prices because 2023 was kind of the year that he more or less stopped fighting Ticketmaster, but the entire rest of the industry, every other band is now where he's at, where the prices for everybody is crazy to the point now that there's true fan backlash and all kinds of tours are suffering because people aren't buying tickets. This is a rare tour where that wasn't the case. Like his tickets were pricey, but these were sold out shows.
Yeah, they were. And the show, we were really excited when he announced that majority of fandom were really happy. There was a fair amount of some people complaining. And then there is the wrinkle now that he had said it was a political tour. He is, the Land of Hope and Dreams, No King tour. I'm wearing the shirt.
Excellent.
And there are 3 segments that are available if you look on YouTube where he is speaking out against this administration.
The E Street Band is here tonight in celebration and defense of the American ideals and values that have sustained our country for 250 years. Our democracy, our Constitution, our rule of law. I believe those ideals are being challenged right now by a radical administration as never before.
What show did you go to, Christian?
I went to the San Francisco Chase Center show,
okay.
Which was in April.
What were your thoughts, Christian? I mean, because he was very upfront, this was going to be a political tour. So what were your thoughts when you heard that?
I got to go.
Yeah, me too. Like I had to see Angry Bruce.
Yeah, exactly. And controlled Angry Bruce.
Yes.
I've seen angry Pete Townsend. That definitely makes a better show if Pete is angry at a Who show, but it's a different type. It's ragey. Bruce was not. Bruce was righteous anger, and it was just so well done with the production, the set list itself, and how they tended to kind of mirror the songs. It was like one was like the darkness on the edge of town, and then Glory Days, on the other side. It wasn't just fuck the man, the big fat orange Cheeto.
Yeah.
It was, no, we got some work to do. And this can be the land of hope and dreams. And I think that was huge. I took away also that he learned a lot from Broadway.
I think so too.
I could see that in the show. I hadn't seen him since before the Broadway stint, and here's another takeaway was that, for the last 20 years, certainly since the E Street Band came back together, it's very much the Church of Bruce. Every show was like, we're going to church. This is the Church of Bruce.
Yes.
This was not the Church of Bruce. This was the School of Bruce.
Yes.
So a little bit different vibe. No Patty for us. I think she came on some of the tour stops.
I don't think she did.
Or maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, because she's, she is facing, she has an illness.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about that in the Road Diary. So she talks about it's really hard for her touring. Yeah, I do think School of Bruce, though I did get the feeling of a revival toward the end. When he starts talking about, we were built for hard times. We can get through hard times. And him saying, I needed your hope. I needed your energy. We needed your energy. I thought that was very uplifting.
Yeah. He was doing this not just for us to enjoy, but for him to see there are millions of us out there. And I think that was the point of that. It was cool to have the encores with the lights on, and and it became almost like a house party.
Yes.
And Bruce, it took him a couple of songs, but he sounded almost as good as the good old days. Granted, he's not running across the stage, not jumping on the piano, any of that stuff. But he left the fireworks to Morello, a little to Little Steven, and of course to
Nils.
To Nils. Especially Nils. Everybody got their moment, don't get me wrong, but you could see that Morello was really brought out, who shows up like about half the show or more.
He is there.
It's not like he's just a guest and comes out and does a song or two and off he goes. No, he and they bring him out for very specific songs. And again, if I can, the singular highlight was his solo for Tom Joad, which I know he's been doing for a while, but I never got to see it live. I'd seen videos of it and stuff like that, but it was just, for the moment, there was nothing better. It was that pinnacle of, this is what it's about. That righteous anger was right there from the people in the form of Tom Joad, right?
Yeah.
Famous Grapes of Wrath, and having to deal with a similar situation, 100 years ago, just the ghosts of Tom Joad, the echoes of that just went down the path to our point today, to say, wow, we are in a moment, but like that moment, there is a way out. I think politically, we're seeing it. I mean, for those of us who tried to explain to people that character is destiny, that history doesn't lie, in general, especially recent history. I mean, to go back and show, I just feel sorry for my fellow Americans that got conned. I really do. I understand their frustration, especially in Middle America, which Bruce writes about in great detail. There is a hollowing out of America. Globalization did that. Neoliberalism, if you want to call it that, did that. But there's incompetence, and then there's gross incompetence.
Yes.
And what we have experienced, and I think our fellow Americans are beginning to wake up and see is, oh yeah, gross incompetence is really bad for everybody. So having said that, let me, like Bruce did, flip it around and say, sometimes you need to clear the forest with a fire to rebuild, right? Or to regrow. And maybe this 10-year period was needed to clear the land and create the next iteration of the American experiment, which is always an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I there was somebody on Facebook that posted, like, this is a mediocre set list, and we mocked him. Like, okay, I mean, like, if you, okay, yeah, you didn't get Jungle Land, you didn't get Thunder Road, but like, okay, look at how many songs from how diverse his catalog is and how he weaves this. And I do believe, since Broadway, he has been there's less wild cards in his set list. And I don't know if that's because he has gotten comfortable staying the same thing. It's an age thing. But like Neil said in the documentary for Road Diary, he said, it's a lot of fun to change up the set list a lot, but he says there's something about doing the same songs every night that gets you to really get into that song and perform it. And I thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah, most bands do basically, when they put a tour together, they are, running basically the same set list every night. And as being a bit of a deadhead and having 30 to 40 plus shows under my belt, those are guys who always fly without a net. They're always changing the set list out there. And so, the songs that they're doing more often than not almost always are better because they get to play them a lot. And away from the Dead, who made a living doing that, most bands don't have that ability.
Right.
So they tend to get better as the tour goes on, unless you get too long in the tooth and they're bored of it. So you have to watch that too. No, I think that, look, again, it's very obvious this entire tour, the set list was put together for one thing, and that was, we got to do something. And and it's got to be about the moment. It's got to be in a way that they can't just say, shut up and stick to music.
Right.
Which I think that's the stupidest concept in the first place, because I'm pretty sure that's what art's for everything. It's about commenting on the society, and that includes the fucking politics. So shut up, you fucking moron. So I think that entire thing was built specifically for that, without being stick it in your eye sort of thing. I mean, it was, but not overtly. The other thing that I'll say is, again, this goes back to the Broadway, the speechifying, which was, on a level of a politician. It was.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't the standard stage banter.
No,
it was. No, again, this was that Broadway sort of training coming out, where he holds the stage and gives a soliloquy. And I mean, I leaned over to my wife and I said, is this fucking Abraham Lincoln or Mark Twain shit? Is it what's going on here? Because that's what it was. It was almost Gettysburg Address level type stuff,
Yeah, and he said the same thing every show, but as we just rewatched for my birthday, we watched Springsteen on Broadway. They were like, was this scripted? like, because it didn't sound like it was scripted. And I go, every pause, every step was scripted.
Yeah.
It just, that's how good of a performer he is.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's thinking for a word, and even though it's just all there. So it's really powerful.
Yeah, good Broadway training he got for being there, and it all played out. Now, hey, what is he? 75 now? Is that right?
Yeah, I think he will be maybe 76. I think he'll be 77 in September.
Oh, so he looked good. Looked healthy.
19 people on stage.
Yeah, well, I think I did count. It was close to 20. Yeah.
I mean, that is a full. And I love the choir. I love the horns. I loved all the guitars. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
At one time, when you got Morello out there, then you got 4 guitar players, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So no, it was a win all the way through. It was about just being in the room and being with 18,000 like-minded individuals.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, I know you need to go.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Christian. It was great to hear from you.
Oh, no, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. And anytime chance I can, help to give, drop some knowledge or, cultural significance to what's going on out there, you can call me. See, I am the history geek, also known as the Rock N Roll Archeologist.
Yes, you are.
So, we got a lot going on, a lot of stuff doing. So, gentlemen, I will leave you to the rest of the show, and look forward to hearing this.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Thanks again.
So tonight, we ask all of you to join with us in choosing hope over fear, democracy over authoritarianism, the rule of law over lawlessness, ethics over unbridled corruption, resistance over complacency, truth over lies, unity over division, and peace over war.
Opens with War and Born in the USA, which he hasn't played both of those songs on tour since the Born in the USA album. I have the live 75 to 85 disc.
Yes.
And I freaking love his versions, his live versions of both of those songs. Tell me about the energy of the opening of the show, because then you got Death to My Hometown right after that. I mean, tell me about just the bang of this opening. Yeah,
so it was very powerful. The band's coming out to Quiet in Darkness, and it's him alone. They're all there, but they're in darkness, and he's on a spotlight, and he opens and talking about it. And then, we want love, not hate, compassion, not things, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, love, not, and they go into war. Powerful version. Morella's playing, they're all jamming, the choir's singing. And then, I'd heard Born in the USA a couple of times, but people who know more than I do say that it is a song he plays in Europe more than he plays in the US. I guess because there's a lot of theories about that,
and he also, previous to this year, when he would talk about politics on stage, a criticism of Bruce was that he would only make commentary when he wasn't.
Right. Yeah. So I think there is a powerful 1-2 punch of hearing War and then Born in the USA.
As someone who's seen Bruce 20 plus times, in this most recent show, were there songs that he had played that you had not seen before or didn't remember seeing before that really landed for you? What were some of the tracks that were highlights for you?
Absolutely, Long Walk Home I had not heard.
Oh,
and that is I cried listening to it. It's one of my favorite songs. Obviously, Streets of Minneapolis, I had never heard him do before. Right. Murder Incorporated, I had not heard.
Okay.
House of 1,000 Guitars, I had not heard him do. And I had only heard American Land maybe once. And so hearing it again was a big, that is one of my favorite Bruce songs.
Okay.
And then I'd never heard him do Chimes of Freedom.
Oh, the villain cover.
Yeah, that's what he ends with.
Yeah.
So, So that's War, Streets of Minneapolis, Murder Incorporated, Long Walk Home, and Chimes of Freedom. So that's 5. Yeah, House of Guitars. Yeah. So that's like 6 songs I got heard.
That's a quarter of the set list.
Yeah.
So for a longtime Bruce fan, this is like new live material for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And like, I think I've heard Youngstown only one other time.
Okay.
So American Skin was very powerful. That's a powerful song. And then one of the things that Jake does is he stands with his hands up, like as if he was, making sure, like surrendering.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
While they're playing that,
okay.
This young African American man sitting there while they're talking about another young man dying, was very powerful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were there songs that you felt should have been included that could have been swapped out for something else? Were there songs that he played that didn't really fit the vibe, or were there any tweaks you would have made as a fan if he was asking your advice?
Yeah, I am not a big fan of Murder Incorporated, so I could have skipped it. This is sacrilege, but I don't particularly like Because the Night. I know, that's sacrilege, right? Like, what? Are you crazy? Specifically, I think We Take Care of Our Own is upbeat, and it could certainly fit in this, agenda. But yeah, overall, I think he weaved the right amount of, songs that are social conscious, and also that, because it's a show too.
Yeah, right.
You don't want it to be a lecture.
There's some of us who are perhaps a little more politically minded and don't necessarily mind hearing an artist express their beliefs, particularly when it's an artist whose beliefs are what drives their songwriting.
Yeah.
I've never understood, I want to go to a show, I don't want to hear about politics, but like on some level, all art is political. Yes. On some level, even art that insists that it's not, no statement is a statement in its own right. So I get tired of that aspect too. Protest music does not change laws. You don't write a protest song and submit it to Congress and get new laws. Like, protest music is meant to let other people know that they're not alone as far as their beliefs go. And that's why a lot of protest music isn't for causes that are, politically successful. A lot of them, there's a lot of songs for lost causes, and it is what it is. But it's like, the stuff is there to let you know that you're not alone on this, and there is community. So, and I think that's something that great art does regardless. So, any closing thoughts about the show you saw?
So I'm going to read you what Bruce says at the end of the show before he does Chimes of Freedom. Yes, we are living through hard times, but the E Street Band was built for hard times and will make it through because of the love, the faith, the anger, and the hope in your heart and the timeless belief that better days lie ahead. This is how America renews itself. But the hardest part for me has been feeling the distance between you and your neighbors or you and your fellow citizens. That distance is painful and it can darken your soul. Now we have a president who says he wishes nothing but ill
upon those who he disagrees with and who disagree with him. Now, I don't want to live that way. America, from the beginning, was born out of disagreement. It was built on argument, on disagreement. We could argue about what course we thought the country should take, while recognizing our common humanity, our dignity, and yes, our unity. I'm not giving that up. I think back to an example of this so recent that it breaks your heart. I remember Renee Good's last words before she died to the man who she was protesting against, the man who would take her life. She said, "That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. God bless you." So when you go home tonight, hold your loved ones close. And in the morning, thank God and do as Renee did. Find a way to take some aggressive, peaceful action to defend our country's ideals. And as the great civil rights leader, John Lewis said, go out and get in some good trouble. That's right. Say something. Do something. Hell, sing something. That's all that I do. If you're feeling helpless, hopeless, betrayed, frustrated, angry, I understand, because I feel that way too. And that's why the E Street Band is here with you tonight. This was a tour we never planned, but we're here tonight because we needed to feel your hope. And I needed to feel your strength and your love. We wanted to bring some strength and hope to you tonight, and I hope we've done that. God bless Alex Preddy. God bless Renee Good. God bless you. And God bless America.